How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, just a couple days ago, I did a video kind of talking about the C8 Z06 and why I think it's just such a better car than the base model C8 Corvette. But before we get into today's video, definitely be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new here, and also if you've been subscribed, click that little bell icon down there below. All that stuff really helps me out a ton as a smaller car channel here on YouTube that posts new content daily. I've really been trying to stay with this daily upload schedule, and because of that, unfortunately, today it's going to be rather of like a bit of a shorter upload, a bit of a shorter video, I guess I should say. But I really do appreciate the support, guys. A lot of stuff has been going on in my life recently, and again, I've just been trying to, get as much videos out as possible for you guys. But anyways, today we're going to specifically be looking at the price of a new C8 Z06. We all know that they're fantastic cars, and again, I just did a video talking about it, and I really think that Chevy went ahead and they looked at the regular like base C8s, whether they're the 1LT, 2LT, or 3LT or whatever, but they looked at the C8s, and then when designing this Z06, the Z06 moniker has such an important history, an important meaning, and almost prestige really behind it, that they really did, I think they did certainly do it justice with this new C8 Z06. But one thing that a lot of people are disputing, including myself, is going to be the price. Some of them are already being like flipped and sold for ridiculous prices. Now, yes, they are rivaling exotics, but the main selling point for a C8 Z06 over a Huracan or a 458 or some other exotic out there that's generally lower priced for exotics is that they're supposed to be cheaper. However, as you're going to see later on in this video, a few C8s have already hit like the 200 grand mark, which is pretty insane. So here actually is the article that we're going to be looking at by Motor Trend. I will leave it linked down in the description below if you guys want to go actually have a read for yourself, and also just to give them credit as well. But we could kind of go through the gallery very quickly. Here's a base C8. All of these are actually base C8s. And then we have the Stingray R, and then we have a couple other options. And then here is the Z06 specifically with that Z07 performance package. So this article does actually look at all like the different trims, but today we're just going to be focused on the C8. Now, if we come over here, here you're going to see the all the different Z06 trims. So you have the Z06 1LZ Coupe starting at 106, and then all the way up to the Z06 3LZ convertible starting at 130, which you could probably find for around 140. Actually, let's be real, a lot of these are going to be marked up a lot more than what they actually are being shown here, unless you're getting them straight from Chevy and a person. A lot of them are going to be a lot more expensive. Yeah, right here it basically just gives you a quick like little run through. It essentially says in this opening paragraph what I kind of said before, how they're like kind of starting to rival like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and McLarens, and the main selling point for these Corvettes is again that they're supposed to be cheaper. Now, with the regular like base model Corvette Stingray 1LT, which for the regular Corvette, the 1LT is the absolute lowest trim you can find it at. Technically, that MSRP is just under $66,000. You honestly cannot find a C8 anywhere for 66 grand. Again, unless you get them right from Chevy. So now moving up to the 3LT for the Corvette Stingray. Again, this is not the Z06 for anyone that might not know the difference. It basically goes from the Corvette Stingray ones, you have the 1LT, 2LT, and 3LT, all available in coupe and convertibles. And then on top of that, you have the Z06, which we're going to be getting to in a second. The 3LT apparently is supposed to start at a little under 78. However, I recently, well, not really recently, but last summer, in the summer of 2021, I did a review on a 2LT, which, mind you, is supposed to be cheaper than this. The 2LT is actually, if we look at this right here, the 2LT is supposed to start at 73 grand, or a little bit over 73 grand. And I actually did a review on one from an Aston Martin dealership, and they had it listed for 107, which honestly isn't even the highest that I've seen 2LTs listed for. So again, take all these with a grain of salt. Now moving on up, here again is the Z06. I know we just looked at it, but considering that, I guess the 3LZ, let's just round up, say that that's at 130. So 130 minus 78 or minus 80, let's just say that's around a $50,000 increase. Now there's already regular base, again, they're technically not the base model, but there's already regular Corvette Stingray 3LTs being sold for like 120. So considering that the difference is like 50 grand between the 3LT and then the Z06 3LZ, I'd have to say that realistically you're going to be at least finding these things for like 75 to 175 to 180 grand, if not higher. Now there's already been a few influencers out there that have purchased new Z06s, got their hands on them, and have already been talking about the ridiculous amount that the price is just going to jump up when it comes to the secondary market. Now the secondary market, mind you, is a lot harder to gauge because there's no actual, technical MSRPs or anything really like set in stone that we can look at. The secondary market essentially comes down to what someone is willing to pay for something, which I guess you can say for the regular dealership costs as well. But it's definitely more of a kind of fluctuating price when it comes to used cars. Now I actually watch, and I do know that the Stradman got his for I think around 130, 140, and I believe it's a 2LZ if I remember correctly. It might actually be a 3LZ, believe it or not, but I think it's a 2LZ, and he already got offered around 200 grand for his. Apparently Street Speed 717 bought TJ Hunts for like 200 grand. So these cars are definitely going to be within the $200,000 price ballpark. Whether they're going to be higher than that or a little bit lower than that, who knows where it's actually going to settle once the dust kind of clears and they turn from, being this like really new, trendy, like everyone's talking about a car, to being like a year old, 2 years old, and everyone's kind of used to them. Personally, I really don't think that these cars, I think they're amazing vehicles. I really do. I don't think that they're worth 200 grand in my own opinion. And I said the same thing when I did a review on that 2LT Corvette Stingray. For 107, I would not buy that car. If it was for like listed for like 80 grand, maybe even 85, like pushing it, I think that it's still probably worth it. But again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. This is pretty much just gonna be it for today's video. I know this was kind of more of an abstract video, but considering the fact that some of these dealership markup fees have really just killed cars in some people's eyes, I definitely wanted to, make a little video talking about my opinion on the whole situation. But while you guys are down in the comments, definitely be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and definitely click that bell icon down below. All that stuff really does help me out a ton. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of today's video. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed today's video, click on either of these links right here to watch a similar video from this channel, or click on the little circle link right there to actually subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. I do appreciate all the support, but thank you for sticking to the end of this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day.